Daryl here. The channel is Programming in Any Language. The supporting website is programminanylanguage.com or black-duck.com. They both take you to the same place. And it's a place where you'll find the videos and PDFs of the code. The video is Comments, Blank Lines, and Indentations. Comments, blank lines, and indentations have been discussed as a background in a number of other videos. However, the way your code reads is very important. This topic needs to be addressed on its own. Commenting code, indenting code, and adding blank lines to code can greatly enhance how other people can understand what your code is doing. And 6 months after you've written your code, you will be surprised at how alien your code looks even to you. Your comments and the structure of your code will be important to you when you need to get back in that code and make some modifications. The following video takes you through a mortgage calculation program and shows you how the code reads so much better once a reasonable amount of comments and structure are added to the code. Here it is. We're going to take a quick look at comments, blank lines, and indentation. It's not a big deal in programming. You're really not doing any code, but you're helping yourself to be able to follow your code. You're helping others that have to follow your code as well. Let's take a real quick look here. And if you look, comments are brief notes that are placed in a program source code to explain how parts of the program work. You'd be surprised how often you can forget after a few months goes by just what you did to your own code. A line comment appears on one line in a program like this, // make the image of the back visible. Card back picture box visible equals true. So what's happening is you're telling it in English what this next line is going to actually do. This is a little more obscure because it's written in C#. This is written in English. A block comment may activate multiple consecutive lines in a program. /*, you can put anything you want in there, and then */ to divide that up and finish it up. It's great for writing longer notes about what the program is actually going to do. And you want to kind of shy away from these things because you don't want to put too many comments into your program, or it gets very confusing as well. So you can overuse this whole process. Programmers frequently use blank lines and indentation in their code to make the code more human readable. They can just see what's going on the right-hand side here. We got these ellipses are all properly done, and the program can actually read this. But from my standpoint, I'm not so sure what belongs to what here. And when you indent, you can see that you've got a namespace up here, and you've got this ellipse belongs to this ellipse down here. So everything in between here is a block. We got a class right here, a class form right here. We got everything in between these two ellipses is a block. So we have a form, initialize components, and we have an exit button, a click event inside here as well. And the click event itself has a set of ellipses as well. We're closing the form. This form is closed. And you can see this is a little bit more readable because you can tell. Not only that, you can also look, if you have a problem in your program, you can always look. There's always a beginning and ending ellipse in any block. And so if you're looking at it from this standpoint, you can see, oh yeah, I'm missing one here, I'm missing one there. We're good here. Over here, you're not sure which one belongs to which. Yes, the first one and the last one belong together, but then trying to tie the rest of these together isn't a very easy thing to do. Let's take a look at this as a regular program. We've got something called the mortgage calculator right here. And as you can see, I've got some text boxes, I've got some comments in here, and actually some information for the user and what goes in. Total amount owed goes in here, monthly payment goes in here, and so on. And you've got all this stuff down here, and you've got some labels, and you've got a clear calculate exit button. What would be helpful now is we actually write the code. When we look at the code itself, it looks like this. Let's bump this up a little bit so we can kind of get a little look at it. Get it to 150. It looks like this. We've got your code in here. You've got what's going on. You can follow this if you're a programmer and kind of get an idea what's happening. But it'd be much easier if we had some code in here to make this thing look a little better so we could kind of follow it and read it and understand it a little bit better. I'm going to close off the toolbox here. Bring that over. To make this guy more understandable, what we want to do is go in here and actually kind of figure out what's going on with this thing. Right there, I'm going to put down / for a comment. I'm going to say field or global variables. This tells anybody coming in that everything underneath here is going to be a global variable that's going to be seen by all other methods that are down below. The individual variables right here, what do they do? We don't really know right now. We know, we can say that one's a double total amount. Oh, okay, I got an idea what that is. But if we tab out a little bit and put in holds current mortgage amount, and this guy down here holds monthly payment, and this one right here holds escrow, and this one holds interest rate. Now you got an idea. If somebody happens to look at this code and they have some idea of what this program is all about, they can see these variable names, but they can actually look here and say, oh, current mortgage amount is going into this thing. That's what this total amount owed is. Oh, it's a current mortgage amount. Got it. Okay. The closing of the form down here, we like to usually put a comment in here. So we'll move / close form. You can put your comments above. You can put them after. Nicely done. Maybe actually do this. We might want to go into, oops, I got this in the wrong spot anyway, don't I? Wanted to put that here. We're actually closing the form. In the form load area, what's it going to actually do? Well, what we might want to do here is set the user up to enter data in the text box. So we lay these text box up, and we actually looks like we're setting a focus and we're commenting things up. So this is simply a paragraph or a block of code that's setting the user up to enter data in text boxes. Looks like we're just clearing things for them. It's a little bit more understandable when you look at that kind of thing. Button calculate, we might put in, we got local variables. So these variables are going to be local just to this routine right here. Double monthly interest, double amount applied to principal, double amount owed. Okay, and what do they actually do? Well, if we actually tab through here, we can lay a comment in there and say that this one holds monthly interest. This one holds amount applied. And this one holds new amount. So we got to see what's going on here. And here we got what this is going to be in. Let's brings in the text box data. So this area right here is bringing in the text box data. And here I'm calculating values. And right down here, I'm displaying my output. Now, this is still a little confusing, so you might want to actually go down here and separate this a little bit. Put a blank line in there. Computer doesn't really care. The program doesn't care if you've got blank lines in it. It certainly makes it more readable now that you can see it separated out like this. And that's really all we have to do. So those are your line comments you can put in. You can also put in a block comment. We typically do that at the top of your program. In fact, I want to do it way up here. If I go in and I do a /*, notice that everything turns green. That means everything's a comment right now, and it's a big block comment. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and hit enter on this thing, and I'm going to say program. And I'm going to say it's a mortgage calculator. I'm going to say the date. We'll just say, September 16th, 2025. And the programmer. I'll just put my name down here. We'll leave it like that. And purpose. This program calculates the new amount owed on a mortgage after the user Heck, I can even go out like this. Makes a monthly payment. Now, what I'll do is I'll back up and I'll end this with a /*. And notice all my code becomes good again, but I've got this block coming out here that tells me what it's going to be doing. And I've got all the rest of the stuff is sitting out here and making it look good. The program now is much more complete. I can save it and I can run it. And we can do a quick test. You'll notice that the comments will make no difference to how it's actually running. But I'll run it. I'll say the total amount owed is $100,000. Our monthly payment is going to be $1,000. Escrow amount is $300. Interest rate is 5%. And I can go down here and calculate. And we end up with $416.67 as the interest paid this month. We apply $283.33 to the principal. What's left on the mortgage is $99,716.67. So it's done our calculation for it. Our program works nice, looks good, and if we look at the code, we now can read it. It makes some sense. If we are confused about what some of the code does, the comments help us out there. That's really what it's all about. So that's what commenting is all about in a nutshell. One thing I'd like to stress is don't ever over-comment. Too much commenting can make the code even harder to read than not commenting at all. Short comments are all you need. Programmers will read the short comments and the code will explain the rest. Thanks for watching. Visit the website when you get a chance. And please subscribe to the channel. There's something new coming every week. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.